How's it going, everybody? We have another back-to-back meta-breaking deck for you guys today, so I'm excited to get into this and start ranking up and get ever so closer to mythic. So sit back, relax, cue the intro, and let's get into it. All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we have a Dimir Rogue deck for you. I know this deck is something you've probably seen, something you've heard about, because it is a one of those decks that everyone was touting and talking about when ZENDIKAR Rising was being spoiled. It's a very, very powerful deck, and I'm sure there's going to be many variations of this floating around the meta. So I wanted to show you guys a cool version that I, just kind of threw together real quick for you, and we'll talk about it, get into some gameplay footage, and then at the end wrap it up with some closing thoughts on how we thought the deck played. So before we jump into that, though, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so, because we post videos every single Monday. This week is special because we're posting as many videos as we can with the new ZENDIKAR Rising set just being released. So be sure to look out for that on the channel. We're gonna have a lot of videos pumping out, so hope you guys enjoy. There's also links in the description below to like the Twitch channel, things like that, so be sure to follow those over as well, and I'd really appreciate it. We're on the road to 1,000 on the YouTube right now, so that's where we're at. That's the goal, a road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Help us get there, and I thank you for that. Let's jump into it and talk about the deck, and then again, we'll get into some gameplay footage. So first up on the deck, we have a Merfolk. This is a rogue. This here is a flying rogue, 1/1. It doesn't have flash, which is a little bit of a downside because you gotta love those flash cards. But what's great about this card is it's not gonna do a whole lot on the battlefield right away. It's going to obviously synergize with your community of rogues, because everything that we have allows our opponent to keep getting milled over and over again. Anytime it deals damage, it goes ahead and it mills our opponent a little bit, which is great because it's a flying attacker, so hard to block. So you're gonna get a lot of millage out of it. But if ever our opponent's playing a mirror matchup, which is very possible right now, everybody's kind of playing rogues at the moment, you could just sack this card to draw a card, which is very good. It keeps your hand refreshed, and you keep going, and it just keeps that card advantage moving. So 4 of those, a little early drop. Here is our main engine of the deck. This is going to be the Guild Enforcer 4 of. This card I'm sure everyone's familiar with by now, but basically you can flash this in, and you're going to go ahead and mill your opponent immediately for 2 cards, and then any other rogue that hits the battlefield after this, while it's still on the battlefield, you're going to mill for another 2 cards. So very good card. You're going to notice the milling is kind of the main win con of our deck, because the milling, we're not trying to mill out our opponent and have them draw out, but the milling is going to trigger a lot of different events, like this card in particular. Once it mills up to 8 cards and their opponent has 8 cards in their graveyard, it gains +2/+1 and gets death touch. So you're going to see a lot of that synergy happening here soon. Here's another one, Drown in the Loch for 4. This is a 2-drop. It can counter any target spell, and it can also destroy any target creature with converted mana costs of the cards in your opponent's graveyard. So if you have 50 cards in your opponent's graveyard, you can pretty much counter anything. So this card's fantastic with this deck, because we're going to mill immediately, most likely for 3, if not 1, and Drown in the Loch becomes a viable card right away. I think I said 3, I meant 2. And then we have up next Thought-Thief. We got 4 of these. So this one right here is a flash flying creature, which is perfect. That's what you want. You want those flash creatures. You want them to be able to fly. So that's great. And it also synergizes with all the other rogues with milling. And when this one attacks, it doesn't actually have to hit, but once it attacks, you actually mill your opponent. You mill your opponent for 2 cards. So its synergy is very high in this deck. So you can actually swing in. It's got heavy toughness for a 2-drop. So typically you're not going to die right away with this card. So you can swing in, maybe take a trade, just a little bounce block, and you're good to go. You just milled out 2 more cards. Once you mill out 8 cards, that's the trigger number there, you're going to get a +1 for all your other rogues on the battlefield. So synergies just non-stop. Up next, we have a fan favorite. This one everyone is familiar with. This is Brazen Borrower. It has Petty Theft as an adventure side of the card that you could play to bounce an opponent's target, or you can flash in a flying creature for a 3/1. The only downside is you can only block creatures with flying, so that part's a little bit rough, but any mirror matchup, this card's fantastic. You guys will see that coming up soon. this is a rogue too, so it's also going to trigger all of the events down below. Up next, this is a card that I was kind of playing and exploring with. There's other really cool rogues. That's the beauty of this deck. Before we go any farther, I want to let you know there's plenty of cool rogues that you can try out in this deck and mix and match in here. So no two decks typically are going to be the same. I don't see a lot of people running this card. I just wanted to try it because it has that double-sided land to it. You can play this as a land if you ever get mana screwed, or you can play this as a menace creature, which this creature is very dangerous with 3/0 plus if there's 8 or more cards in the graveyard. So once they hit that 8 trigger, this card is now a 5/3, or I'm sorry, a 5/3 for a 3-drop with menace. That's really good. Plus it's a rogue, so really nice 3-drop. The only downside, not flash. And then we got 4 scavengers. This one right here is sweet because in a lot of those aggro matchups, this card is going to save your life because it does have life link attached to it. Now this one's a strange one. Anytime you play this, it has flying, death touch, lifelink, and it does not have flash, but you play this on your main phase. Nighthawk Scavenger's power is equal to 1 plus the number of card types among cards in your opponent's graveyard. So this card can get bigger and bigger the more and more you discard your opponent's cards. Typically, there are a lot of synergies out there and a lot of decks that synergize with each other, so there's not a whole lot of different card types, but this card will typically be around 4-5 power, so it's very good. And then we got Rankle, because Rankle is one of the best rogues in the game right now. You guys know Rankle. This card gives you so many options, which is a beautiful thing. Once this hits the battlefield, it has haste, so you can go in right away. It has flying, so it's hard to block. So typically you can play this, hit your opponent, and then you get to choose from one of these 3 options here, which is each player discards a card, each player loses a life and draws a card, or each player sacrifices a creature. So a lot of options, a lot of cool things you can do there. Here's my favorite card. This is a new ZENDIKAR Rising card. It is fantastic. So a lot of text on this one. I'm going to try to just kind of summarize this as best I can. It's a 4/4 for 5 mana. Not great, but you can flash it in for 4 if you have a creature attacking your opponent and they decide not to block that creature. You can actually flash this in, switch out that attacking creature, and this becomes that new attacking creature. So if you have this as a flyer early game, you could drop this in on turn 4, switch that out, hit our opponent for 4 damage, which is amazing. But the biggest bonus is you get to grab a creature from any player's graveyard, yours or your opponent's, and play it on your side of the battlefield. So this card is actually ridiculously overpowered, and I think it's fantastic. We did misplay this later into the game. You'll see. I didn't trigger the ability correctly, but I will further explain why that was in the following game after that. So please wait for that before you hit the comments like, hey, you dummy, you went ahead and you threw that because you didn't play it right. I know, I figured it out though. We worked out the kinks. We talked about it in the following game, so be sure to watch all the way through, okay? Anyways, up next, into the story. This is a give me for my deck personally because it is only going to cost you 4 if your opponent has 7 or more cards in your graveyard and you draw 4 cards. So 4 cards, instant speed. It's just going to refill your hand on those games that you're in a mirror matchup or you're running low on cards. This will refill your hand, and it's just fantastic. 4 for 4, you can't beat that trade-off. So obviously with our lands, we got all the pathways here. We got 8 islands, 10 swamps, and 2 Fabled Passages. We're right on time for my typical intro, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the gameplay here, and you guys can see how this deck works. We basically run through everybody for the most part up until the last game, and we lose to a mirror matchup, but enjoy the video. I hope you guys watch all the way through, and then at the end we'll put our closing thoughts on this and how we thought the deck played and maybe some things we would change. So we'll see you guys then. Peace. Here we go, guys. Another busted deck on the way. This one is Rogues, and another very popular deck that's been going around that I wanted to play and give it a shot. So wish me some luck. I think that it's going to be probably the most busted deck in the meta, so be on the lookout for this. I like this because we can play this land right away, get a 2-drop going. We'll go ahead and keep this. Would have liked the 1-drop, but not the end of the world. Starting to learn the lands a little bit better. These dual cards, they're really, really nice. Oh boy, we're up against a mirror match. Something tells me we're gonna be seeing a lot of mirror matches. I don't mind trading, honestly. We could trade this out. I am good with that, yeah. Or I could actually just flash this in. I didn't realize this had flash as well. That's just as good. Even better. With Duelist enters the battlefield up to one target, two triggers 2-0. Yep, okay. Alright, here we go. Let the mirror match begin. They got to go first, which is a really big bonus. Because they're getting all those mill triggers from the Enforcer. They're almost at what they need already. Let's go and kill that quickly. Now their mill process is slowed substantially. And then we could drop our own in. That would leave open a borrower to bounce, which is nice, but not the best. I'd rather drop this in, honestly. No attacks. Either way, we have flash, so let's go ahead and wait and hold up and see what it is we want to do first. They swing in with both of them. Drops the eliminate for one. That's fine. Flash another one in. Go ahead and block here. Take the one. We're looking really good. We got the advantage on the cards for sure. Let's go and end the turn again. We don't really want to bounce this because when it enters, you know, we can get -2. We don't want to see that, so. Opponent just ends the turn, so let's go ahead and drop this onto the field. We really need to find another black source. That would help us out tremendously. Okay. Just a minor inconvenience, that's all, but we're gonna get another trigger from our Enforcer, so. Wow, we're really getting blue flooded here. Blue flooded. At least we're hitting land drops, but I would really need that double black devotion here. The opponent's just gonna go to attack step here. They swing in. Interesting, even though they know we're holding the thief. Very strange. Okay, I guess they're gonna bounce it. That's fine. We'll take the one unless we get trigger. No, we don't get the trigger. Oh, so close. So close. No blocks. We'll take the one. Not even a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Mind Carver. Mine enters the battlefield. Attached to the creature you control. It's 1-0. It gets 3-1 instead as long as the opponent has 8 or more cards in the graveyard. Interesting. Okay. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Alright. Do we attack? No, because we can flash into Thief again. This gets bigger. We got options. Let's leave those options open. Opponent swings in. Thief comes down again. This time, if they want to bounce it, we have an Enforcer now that's much bigger. Really, no tricks. They just ran that straight into my Thief. Okay. Well, I guess we just swing in now. We're getting mana screwed pretty hard here, but still looking really good. Still looking like we're gonna win. Got a huge advantage right now. Brazen Borrower is gonna come out. Could just drown in the Loch on that. I think that's good. I think that's good. They already got the value from the bounce, which is a little annoying, but I still think it's good. There it is. That's what we're talking about. Let's get the Rankle down. Let's get this Rankle down. And we are going to get borrowed on one of these. So, I mean, it is what it is. I hope they take the Rankle because we have a backup. We have a backup Rankle. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to bounce their borrower, because if we bounce their borrower, they're just going to get the petty theft ability again, which we really don't want. All right, sweet. More black. We'd like to see that. Do we want to give this guy a try? Maybe we want to give this a try. But it doesn't have haste. It doesn't have haste. This has haste, so we can really put the pressure on and probably win the game here, so. I'm sure they're going to have an answer of some sort, but. Let's find out. They do have an answer. I thought so. Okay. We could have flashed in the borrower at the end step of their last turn and probably got lethal there. Keep that in mind. This is my very first game with the deck, so bear with me. They do say good game. Okay, perfect. We get the scoop and the victory. Let's get it. Rogues are busted. Yes, they are. Dude, rogues? This is crazy. It's crazy how good this tribal is. It really is. This is like the meta, right? You would think. We're gonna mulligan this first hand. This is kind of garbage. This is much better. Keep. And let's go ahead and throw away. It's gotta be you, I would think. Hey man, chill with the new pet. I get it. I'm taking a long time. It's new cards, bro. New cards. I gotta figure this out. All right. Feeling good. Feeling good. I would like to see some more black mana. We threw away our only other black source. I just realized that. Lit. That's lit. Let's go. Only downside to this card is that it does not have flash like most of the other ones, so you have to play it on your turn. Let's go ahead and get in there for one. Doesn't look like our opponent has anything, you know, instant speed that could really threaten us. That's pretty good against us. Big yikes. Let's go ahead and drop these two now. Drop this. All right. We do have flying though. That's our big advantage. Our big advantage is that we got a big flyer with lifelink. That's pretty nasty. We could sacrifice these two to draw a card. I don't know if you guys know that, but sacrifice those to draw a card is really good. Because we don't really need the 1/1 damage going through, but with this out there, I'd say we kind of do because we need the flyers. That's huge. We don't need it this turn though, so let's go ahead and into the story here. And let's just go ahead and get in there for 7, gaining 5. Our opponent's very far behind right now. We got ourselves 30 life, so I'm fine with taking a few shots to the face here. They have protection from black, so they're just gonna run right through the enforcer, so I can't block. They got a very slow start though from mono green, and they're in a lot of trouble here. There's the scoop. Might have been one of the faster games I played today. Man, so smooth, guys. We are just ranking up so fast between the Winota deck and this deck. If you haven't seen my Winota video yet, go back and check that out because we are just running through Diamond. We're gonna be mythic in no time with the new sets. Holy cow. All right, back to it. Let's get it. More ZENDIKAR Rising action. Let's keep it going, man. We're on a roll today. On an absolute roll today. We've got land, but we don't have any blue. That makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. I have a good start though. Oh, I'm asking for trouble if I keep this. I know I am. That's much better actually. Much better. Okay, there we go. Whew, we are finally rewarded for our mulligan. I didn't like doing that, but Let's play this first. No. What do we do here? Yeah, let's play this first. That's a tough choice because I'm going to miss a turn either way. Either I'm going to miss turn 2 or turn 1. I'd rather miss turn 2. Let's get the milling process started immediately. Hopefully we draw into some more land here. Hopefully, yes, an island. Perfect. It's like they were reading my mind. Might run into something flash, but I doubt it. Perfect. That was weird. That was a little stutter there on the gaming. All right. What's our opponent playing? Finally, we're not playing against mirror match rogues, so that's good. Ooh, it's gonna be an adventure deck, huh? Simic adventure. Oh no, Dimir adventure. I see the bone crusher there. Interesting. Let's keep up the milling process. We're hitting some good cards here. Good cards. All right, let's just play the swamp, swing in, get our milling on, and then pretty soon the Into the Story will be triggered. Everything will get triggered and get stronger, which is really nice once we hit 8 cards in the graveyard. Into the Story is 7 though, right? Yeah, 7. It's gonna be nice, guys. We're gonna be able to draw a crazy amount of cards. Rankle's gonna come in and start doing some really nasty things. I hope you guys have all been enjoying the set as much as me, man. I've been having so much fun. Really excited about the new meta shakeup. It is crazy though to think that the meta's already kind of like, you know, got 2 very dominant decks that nobody can seem to stop at the moment. I can't wait to see what I can do with Omnath too. I know Omnath was another really crazy deck that everyone's been talking about. Bone Crusher Giant, okay. Still gonna get enough mill to trigger the Thief though. Still gonna get it, okay. Either way. Little annoying, can't lie, little annoying. Into the Story just became way cheaper though, so we're gonna be able to draw a lot more cards here. They do have a lot of mana on the field and a lot of cards over here in their exile pile they can choose from, so it's gonna get a little tough, I'm not gonna lie. Gonna get tough. They've got flyers to block with. I hope they decide to trade with the Rankle though and flash this in to block the Rankle. Because I have another one obviously, so I don't mind that. I guess I have another Thief too though, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. I guess what we could do here is we could hold up the Drown and the Loch and then just no, I really want to put the pressure on. This is an aggressive play. I probably should have played the Thief on the end step next turn, but they're gonna flash into Borrower anyways to block, and they would have blocked the Thief, so it would have been kind of annoying. Oh, they are blocking the Thief. Okay, they prefer to go that route. Interesting. Okay, definitely gonna have our opponent discard a card, and that's it. Drop the other Rankle here. We hit Heroic Intervention. That's not a good card. So I'm gonna hit like a Wilds. That'd be nice, but kind of wishful thinking. We did hit a Lucky Clover on our mill process though. That's pretty sweet. Can't be too mad about that. The problem is knowing when to spend, you know, your entire mana base on drawing these cards, you know? That leaves them with 5 mana open, so they can't play that, but they could play a Bone Crusher, which they might here. Fae of Wishes, okay. With no trigger with the Lucky Clover, so I'm fine with that. On summon, okay. Totally fine with that play. Do I want to counter the on summon? I might want to counter that. Just to get this in and have them sacrifice the Innkeeper. I wouldn't mind doing that. But then I would have to sacrifice my Rankle, you know what I'm saying? So let's play the Thief first. That way the Rankle gets the trigger for more damage. Swing in with the Rankle. Opponent also has to mill. There's the on summon. We counter that. And then we offer up the trade for our Thief for their Innkeeper. That way they can't draw any cards. That's what I'm talking about. I can't have us discarding a card this time around. Let's just have him sacrifice the creature. This right here is essentially a full fresh new hand, so we want to hang on to that as long as possible. Opponent's got plenty of land though now to play some good cards. Just got to figure out how to take care of that Fae of Wishes, and we're going to be in tip-top shape. Because if we can get the Rankle in there, it's going to be hard to stop us. Interesting. We got ourselves the Trickster, huh? This right here will be plenty for us to deal with the Fae. Gotta love to see that. You gotta love it. You gotta love drawing the Thief off the top to pump our Rankle with. That honestly couldn't have been a better card. It's our best way to deal with that Fae. Now the skies are clear. We have flyers and our skies are clear. This could come in too and take the place of our Thief here. And whenever he comes into the battlefield here, we can actually grab a creature from any graveyard to return to the battlefield. So we actually could start looking at options here. Wouldn't mind to do a Beanstalk Giant. We're definitely going to take that. Let's see. Anything... Actually, this will be lethal if we swing in. Okay, this should be good. Let's go ahead and just drop this down. Swing in. Mill him out. Drop the Trickster in, and it's going to be... Oh, wait a minute. I guess it was lethal either way. Oh, they just conceded. Why didn't... Oh, wait. I'm just confused there, though. Why that didn't trigger. Oh, boy. What happened? Let me see. Sorry, I gotta just reconfirm here. So this flashes in. Return any unblocked attacking rogue. Okay. Yeah, that should have worked. I don't know why that didn't work. Basically, we were going to flash this in the place of the Soaring Thief because you could tell our opponent didn't actually die. They just conceded. They had 1 health left. The idea there was to swing in with both of these, replace the Thief with this Trickster, and put the Thief back in hand. So I don't know why we didn't get the option to trigger that. I might have clicked too fast. I'm not sure. I'll have to rewatch the video. But then we also could have grabbed the big creature out of here and put it on the battlefield. So the more you know. Sorry, guys. I don't know why that didn't work again. I might have missed something there. I'm sure I'll see it in replay. So no need to comment down below. I'm sure I'll figure it out. But thank you, guys. And let's get going. Here we go now. Here we go now. I'm really excited, guys, that I'm actually able to... I mean, I've always kind of been able to pump out videos at this kind of pace where I'm pumping out multiple this weekend. But with my job and everything that's been going on, I just had the baby. It's been really, really tough. But it's a fun week for me. ZENDIKAR Rising coming out is kind of like a benchmark for me in my Magic the Gathering content creation. Really, really excited. So, all right, gonna definitely keep this. We'll drop the Rogue again. I like what we have here. Pretty sweet hand. Don't like that we're going second every game. That's kind of annoying. Hey, there's a Borrower. Wonder where they've been. See what our opponent does. I wouldn't mind actually, like, I wouldn't mind putting in some removal spells in this deck. I think that would actually serve pretty well. All right. Ooh, we got another Sanctum. That's good. We can hold up Drown in the Loch, see what we can maybe grab with it. I doubt we'll get anything good. They've already dropped the 1 and 2 drop Sanctums, which is kind of annoying. We'll see. We'll see if we just want to flash this Thief in or not, or if we want to hold up a counterspell. That's going to be tough. All right. More mana dorks coming down. Yep, gonna drop in our thief here. We're gonna need to find a on-tap black source here if we want to play this on curve, but we do not. So we'll go ahead and dig for one. This card right here is gonna keep us alive with that lifelink, so let's go ahead and go over the top just to get that mill. Milling is key here. We got to get these pumps on both of these creatures. And turn, and then what do we got here? 6 in the graveyard. Oh, they're running the Lotus Cobra. Nice little touch to the Sanctuary decks. Oh, no thank you. No thank you. Gonna deal some damage with this Swamp Sanctum. It's a really good card. It'll slowly grind you out. Let's go ahead and drop this onto the field. I don't like that it doesn't have flash. It kind of shows all of our cards, you know? I like having things on my mana untapped, especially with this deck, because your opponent's really going to second guess on playing anything, especially when we have Drown in the Loch available. We're taking a pretty big chance here too on a big Sanctum coming out, but I'm willing to take that risk because we have a big lifelinker out there now. Big lifelinker that can fly, that is. Things are about to get really weird for our opponent. They're going to have to do something big here. We have a Drown in the Loch held up too. Gotta love it. You got to love to see it. I think this is gonna be a pretty straightforward game. Sanctums, sanctuaries are not, shrines are not great, I don't think. I don't think they really have been. Maybe there's some cards that have been added to this, you know, new ZENDIKAR Rising, but I don't see it. I could play the Rankle. I should have played it before attack step if I wanted to, but I'm going to actually not play it, and I'm going to elect to hold up my counter spells and bounces. I just don't want to get hit with the big Sanctum. I think we got plenty of the board state covered, and we're not in any danger, so as long as we can withstand a big Sanctum dropping, we're good to go. That's why I did not play Rankle. We'll hold up everything. We don't need to bounce anything. Feels pretty good. We should, you know, in hindsight, obviously we should have played Rankle, but it is what it is. Do I want to play this as a creature, or do I want to actually drop a mana source down? No, I think we just hold it. I don't think we do anything really. We just keep doing what we're doing. Forgot about that ability. I didn't think they'd have enough mana for that already. Wow. Okay. That's just kind of annoying. Oh, we got two big boys off the top. Let's go. Sacrificing the food for health. Getting desperate. We're doing a lot of damage per turn. We really are. I think what we're going to do on the end step this time around is we're going to actually send that White Sanctum back to the hand. That way they can't tap us this turn. Cultivate. I don't care about that. You can have that. You can have that one. What is that last card in your hand? 5, 6, so that's going to be 1 less for that. That's going to be 5, so they got plenty of mana for that play. So this is the end step now, so we're going to go ahead and bounce that back. Would it tap each? Yeah, we'll be fine. They can't actually tap that until the end of next turn. That's what I was worried about. And there's a skip. Okay. I was worried that once I bounced that shrine that I was like, oh, maybe I should have read that, because I know some things tap creatures and they can't untap during their controller's next untap step. So I was wondering if they could have done that in response, but thank goodness that was not the case. Let's go. All right, the way things have been pacing out, I think we're going to be able to get in probably 2 more games for you guys to see. This deck is pretty straightforward, though. I think everybody who plays this deck is going to have, you know, quite a bit of success with it. So let's see. I like this hand a lot. I don't like having 2 Tricksters in the hand, to be honest with you, but I like that we have a turn 1 play and we have the mana that we need, so can't complain too much. Could bite us in the butt. We'll see. We will see. Okay, there's a 2-drop. We're looking a lot better now. A lot better. They've got another flash rogue as well. No? Interesting. They had priority there, so I was expecting them to flash in a rogue. Maybe it's removal. Could be removal spells. We'll find out. Which is fine because our tricksters can bring things back from the graveyard. Let's find out what they're playing. Moment of truth. Okay, they are playing rogues. They didn't play that on their first turn. That's where I find odd right there. That's very strange. Okay. To each their own, I guess. We'll drop this thief in here real quick. Get some more millage going. I see your thief and I raise you a thief. Okay, that seems very, very odd. Yeah, our opponent's not playing very well here. Let's see. Let's go for blue source. We have double blue devotion, but no double black devotion yet, so we're gonna go ahead and grab a blue source. Just swing in with this here. We can just trade the block here. We just need to get the millage, really. We have 7 cards in the graveyard, so I could actually drop the Guild Enforcer here and pump this for Death Touch. Oh wait, we don't actually have flying. Never mind. This has flying. This does not. I was gonna say we could surprise attack there with the block with the Death Toucher, but that would not work. I think I'm gonna bounce this just because I don't want to get milled here, and I feel like yeah, I just don't want to get milled here. I don't think that's super important to get the Guild Enforcer down at the moment. Okay, I'm fine with that. Taking 3 here, not ideal. Oh, and of course they give us another blue source. That's fine though. This still should trigger our ability with this. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. It didn't work last time. Let's find out why. Oh, I see what I did there. Okay, okay. I totally see my mistake now, guys. I didn't actually click into the defensive step yet, so that's where we went wrong. That is where we went wrong. Let's do Rankle. Yeah, we'll take their Rankle, actually, to be more specific. I'm pretty sure we won this one. There we go, though. We solved the case of why we couldn't play the Trickster the proper way the last time. So we actually didn't click, you know, pass to the defensive step and allow our opponents to declare their blockers. So that is what it was. Got it. GG's. All right, here we go. Game 3. Or, I'm sorry, this is not game 3. What the heck? This is like our last game. I don't know why I said that. Let's see. I don't like this hand at all, to be honest. I like our land base though. All right, that's much better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. I'm glad we mulliganed that. I was really worried there we were going to kind of get screwed over. Anyways, yeah, so as you can tell from the last couple of games, we do make mistakes on this channel. It's going to happen, and I apologize for that, especially because ZENDIKAR is so new to this to the set. Us making those Trickster misplays and things like that, that's going to happen. So bear with us on those. I apologize. But I like to leave those in and the videos and stuff like that, so we can all learn together. And you know, when those things happen to other people, you know, now it might happen, you know, down the road with one of your games, and now you'll know why that happened and why that is. So I see it as a learning experience, and I'm a-okay with sharing that. Let's go ahead and play the Scavenger now. I wouldn't mind actually. I probably should have played that just to get the double triggers going, but I'd rather eat up my mana now while we can. They're struggling to get their blue sources out on the field, and we just milled them for 2. Let's go. Yeah, I think that was the better line to take there. All right, so they had their own enforcer. I personally, if I was them, might have offered up the trade there on the block, but I'm cool with that because we're actually going to hit our pump faster than they are. All right, so let's just go ahead and play both of these now so we can get the mill going. Actually, let's do it after they declare their blockers. Maybe we could surprise them, maybe bait them into a trade. And if they do decide that they want to trade their enforcer for my enforcer. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Do they want to block? That's the question. I kind of hope they do so we can pop one of these out. All right. Yeah, let's just do it. They don't take the bait, unfortunately. But we do get the pump. And let's go ahead and drop this down. And drop this down. I wouldn't mind just sacking this for a card here. It doesn't really do us much good on the battlefield. It's really there to draw cards and mill our opponent. So, but it is a flyer, and they don't have any flyers yet. I actually don't even know what this does. Whenever expert enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals the number of cards from their hand equal to the number of creatures on the party. You choose one of those cards that player discards it. Okay. Yep, that's fine. You can have it. We have Into the Story, which is a lot more valuable at the moment. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I really not, you know, I don't want to give up my Into the Story because if I give up my Into the Story here. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, just the one, right? Okay, we're good. Because if we give up Into the Story, we're essentially giving up 4 cards. And I don't want that. So let's go ahead and just pop it now, get our 4 cards. Beautiful. Looking good. So yeah, if you're ever presented with a situation like that, that's a cool way to do it. You just go ahead and crack this, draw your card. That way you can give up a different card if you don't really want to give up the other. Okay. I have Death Touch, so I'm going to kill both of those, which is nice. Going to kill that. But we are going to trade. This is all fine. This is all fine. I have the mana and counter spell. Yeah, we're fine. I'm okay with this. I probably shouldn't have swung in there. We had a better board state than they did, but I was too busy talking about the last play. Let's just keep it for now. We don't. Oh, perfect. Good thing we did, because now we can swing in and we can drop our Trickster down. We gotta wait though for our defensive step. There we go. Beautiful. And then let's look for a Rankle. Let's see if we can't find one. Is our opponent going to play a blocker now? Drown in the Loch. Let's go ahead and counter your Drown in the Loch. What do you say? Does they have another one? No way. No way. This is just a priority for your Brazen Borrower, right? Right? No way! Come on, fam! Unbelievable. Alright, well, here we are. Here we are in a good old Mexican standoff. Oh, that's savage. That's savage. There goes our card advantage. Yep. Yep. Okay. I don't mind that, actually. That's pretty good. We can always bounce the Rankle, so I'm going to go ahead and do this now. We'll take the black source. Could play this for a 4/3, and it does have flying, so we could block and kill the Rankle. That would get them thinking, you know, that would make them think twice about attacking, which is always good. Getting our opponent uncomfortable and have to make tough decisions is always a really good thing to do, so let's do it. Oh, this is my jam. All right, they're gonna do it. We're gonna get the lifelink, so I'm fine with that trade. If they get the attack through anyways, they might just have a sack creature, so that wouldn't be ideal. All right, let's do this. Play our Rankle. They really have a Drown under Loch here, or what's the deal? Let's get our attack through. Let's bounce this back to their hand. But then that means we get Petty Theft as well right back, which is... it's fine. It's fine. Hopefully they don't, though. I guess they... yeah, they're gonna Petty Theft it, I figured. I was like, they could actually just replay it there. I probably look like an idiot now. Wait, could they have? Yeah, they could have replayed it. Alright. That's a card. What are we at as far as millage wise? We're ahead? Okay. I don't see it going that far, but it could. I feel like I haven't been playing this round very good, have I? But, oh well. Do we activate it? Yeah. It's not going to do us much good on the battlefield right now. Not the card I wanted to see, though. Oh, double. You're going to double up on me here? Unbelievable. Alright, Rankle. Do your worst. They're going to offer up the trade again, which we're going to have to take this time around. Let's just do it. Let's bite the bullet. I could really use another Trickster. Did they mill it out by chance? One Trickster? Yeah, I think they did, huh? No, just one? Alright, cool. Cool beans. They only milled out one Trickster. I would really like to get rid of these cards, though, for some actual cards. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Man, they hit some big stuff there. I want to see a Scavenger and a Drown in the Loch. That would have been nice. I'm gonna actually just take this damage. It's doing them really no good. Do I take that trade? I'm gonna keep my Brazen Borrower because I don't have a board state at the moment, and I don't feel like making that trade. Unreal. Are we really gonna lose like this? That's crazy. That's actually nuts. Guess we'll have to make that trade now. I know I didn't play a land there, guys. I'm just holding up cards just to mess with my opponent's head, maybe, but I doubt it's gonna work. Man, we need to find something, and we need to find it now. Another Rankle would be good. Oh, unbelievable. We lose. We lose. They got the Trickster down. It's over. It's over. Here comes another Rankle. I hate to go out on a loss like this, but you know, things happen. Oh, they're gonna go for the Scavenger. Okay. Fair choice. Fair choice. This at least can block and kill, so I'll take it, but... man. How unfortunate was this turn, or this game? I feel like we have the better deck, too. Like, they're running a lot of, like, filler cards. Like, these guys, this guy. I think I have the better deck here. It's just a little unfortunate. We cannot allow the Trickster to hit, because if the Trickster hits, they get another creature, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. Okay, well, we do have a card here. I'm gonna have to bank on this draw the card situation here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing in here. I know that leaves us open, and obviously we're gonna have them sacrifice a creature here. They're not gonna choose their forward, because that's just gonna win them the game. We're gonna do this and this. All right, so we have a blocker. It's a flyer blocker too, so we're good. We're gonna survive. We will survive. All right, but we die though, and they don't. So we gotta hope we draw something sweet next turn. Gonna have to draw something sweet next turn. It's not looking good. I won't lie to you guys. It's not looking good. Wow, they immediately sack it for the card, huh? Dropping my thief here. Boy, oh boy. I could really use an Into the Story. That might be one of the only things that can save me. Do I have one left? Nope. That's a wrap. Brazen Borrower would have been really cool. If we could have got a Brazen Borrower right there, we could have petty theft this back to my hand, and it would have been a GG's for us, honestly. But it is what it is, guys. We lose to a mirror match. It was bound to happen. I mean, it's the same deck, you know? So we ranked up quite a bit, though, in these last two videos. We've only lost, what, 2 games with the 2 decks we had, so can't complain about the results, man. Be sure to definitely try this deck out. Let's go ahead and talk about it now. Alrighty, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way through. If you're here and you're hearing the sound of my voice, you guys are absolutely the best of the best, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for making this far into the video. It means a whole lot to me, and you have no idea what that actually means to me and my channel, because again, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and it's a big goal I want to hit, and I think it's going to mean a lot to me personally. So if you're not already subscribed, be sure to do so on your way out. All right, let's talk about the deck a little bit. So I think the deck is super good. It's a little overpowered if you ask me, and so is, you know, the Winota deck, but I had a lot of fun playing it. And there's only one thing I would probably change in this deck, and it's this Glasspool Mimic. It's another rogue that comes in as a copy of a creature you control, except it's a shapeshifter, and it's type. So this card's cool because it also has a land on it. So I would probably switch that out with the Blackbloom Rogue here, and the reason being the reason I didn't actually just craft these and put them in right away is because I didn't want my deck to be so much the same as everybody else's, and that's why I tried this Blackbloom Rogue. Everybody's kind of running the Mimic, and it's really good. There are some obviously really good key cards that everyone's running, like the Trickster and the Thief, that you kind of have to run for this deck, because otherwise it wouldn't be the deck that it is. But things like the Mimic, I felt like I could take out and explore other cards just to see how they played and felt. But the Mimic is really, really good. So if you want this deck to be super overpowered, just throw a Mimic in the place of Blackbloom Rogue, and you're going to see a huge, huge difference in the gameplay. And you honestly probably won't be able to be stopped. But we wanted to have a little more fun than that, and just try to make this deck a little bit more original than we could, as we could, because this deck's going to be basically everywhere. I'm sure you saw in the gameplay footage that we got a lot of mirror matchups, so it's going to be everywhere. It's just part of the meta now, unfortunately, until we figure out a way to beat it. But I have some ideas on some decks that we're going to do coming up that are going to be a little bit more on the jank side, a little more fun. So be on the lookout for that on our next video. Hopefully we drop that this weekend as well. That'd be sweet if I can get all those videos out to you guys. But if, again, you made it this far, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the deck, if you guys play it, if you like it. And I'd love to hear from you what you might change with it. Maybe you have a better version in this deck. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.